Are you tired of Windows and you want to come to Arch Linux? Well, I got you. Disclaimer. Everything I've done was up to you. If you lost your data, that is entirely your responsibility. You have been warned. Alright, day 500, we're going to do the Arch install guide. What we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to install Arch Linux in the most cleanest way possible, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So what you're going to do, you want to go to the Arch Linux website, right? Go here, top right, click on the download button. You find this stuff talking about stuff, right? You can scroll all the way down until you find your country. Once you find your country, you want to select the one that's nearest to you, the mirror, right? Obviously. The one mirror that's nearest to me is the Waterloo one, so I'm just going to click this one. Click that, it's going to pop up in my downloads, and that's that, okay. Once you get the ISO file, what you want to do is you want to either use Rufus, Belina Etcher, or Ventoy, and you can just, burn it. Just burn it, yeah. I don't know. Or you can use GD. So, once you get that done, I'm going to meet you on my machine where I want to install Arch on, and we'll take it from there. Alright. So, we can just boot the system. Wait, I'll flip. I'm just going to go into setup real quick. I'm just going to slide my USB in. Right. Turn it off. Spam F12 because this is my Dell computer. If you don't know your boot key, search it up online. So I'm just gonna click on USB. I use Ventoy as my personal USB. Alright. As you can see, you have the June of this year's install. So basically, if your computer has this screen when you boot, you follow the BIOS grub boot thing and everything that's on BIOS MBR on the Arch Linux install guide thing on the web one, right? If you have the other one, which is like a black screen with like a few thingies in the middle saying EFI, then you want to follow the one with the GPT EFI thing, or I don't know, however you have it set up, right? So for this one, it would be recommended if you had BIOS/MBR or BIOS GPT. I don't know, man. Just like stuff. So I'm gonna cut back when this is done, because okay, so we're booting in. This is System D talking about stuff, nothing scary. So when you get this page, you're like, oh my gosh, what could I do? Shouldn't I just do Arch install? Never do Arch install. So just for the sake of you guys, I'm gonna make this a bit bigger. Like that big. Alright, so since I am not using Ethernet right now, if you have Ethernet, you can just plug it in and you'll be able to connect to Wi-Fi easily. As you can see, we're on Wi-Fi. We're gonna want to use Wi-Fi, okay? I'm very sorry for the noises, but I live in a family where it's a family, so I can't do anything about it, okay? I'm sorry. That's why I prefer using my microphone over there and using SSH, so that way I can talk to you guys with the noise suppression, okay? I'm sorry, I use my phone's microphone. I'm very sorry. Okay, what you want to do, you want to type in IWCTL. It's going to bring you this stuff, right? This is going to be connecting to your network. What you're going to do is do station, WLAN 0, or whatever the heck it is, right? Scan. Station, WLAN 0, get networks. But I already know my network, and I'm not trying to show my whole neighborhood's networks. So, yeah. It'll show you their networks. You can type get, then type connect, then, your thing, your account. It's going to ask you for your password. What's my password again? So now I can just Control D, which means I'm exiting out. And now if I can test my network, we're on. And I'm going to cut back to my computer because I don't want you guys hearing that annoying noise from the other room. Alright, back onto my SSH. What you want to do here, you're going to type time date CTL set-ntp true. This is just going to quickly synchronize your time with the network to make sure it's synchronized, okay? So next thing you're going to do, you type reflector, which is going to give us the best mirrors near us so that we have better download speeds. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to type lsblk. This is going to show us our drives. So the drive I want to install Arch Linux on is going to be SDA. So what we're going to type here is cfdisk/dev/sda. You could use fdisk, but cfdisk is easier, and I'm guessing if you're going to be following an Arch Linux install guide, you might be a new person to Arch, so let's just use cfdisk for the sake of it. So here what you're going to do, you're going to press new, obviously. This we're going to make swap first, so 15 gigabytes, because this thing has 19, and I'm not sure how well it's going to hold, right? So then we're going to do is going to use type. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that, but I'm sorry. Type, let's select 82, which is Linux swap/Solaris. The second one down here, we can just do this, because we're going to be following BIOS/MBR, meaning for me, I'm only going to be using this. If you can't tell if you have an MBR or a GPT disk, normally a label here. So if it says GPT or something, that means it's GPT. If it says DOS, that means it's MBR. So what you want to follow is this one. If you're using UEFI GPT, is the one with the boot thing. And if you're following BIOS MBR, you're going to be following this one, like I am. So after this, you're going to want to write this to the drive. As soon as it says this, that means you're good. You can quit. Now what you're going to do, you can just run lsbok again to be confirmed. As you can see, it's already there. That's good enough, and we're ready to move on to the next part. Now we're going to make our file systems. So what you're going to do, you're going to write mkfs.ext4, meaning we're going to do ext4 file system. If you're coming from like Ubuntu or Windows, ext4 is pretty good, okay? But if you want more, you're probably advanced, so maybe don't follow the install guide. But since you're here right now, let's just do it the easiest way possible. So ext4/dev/sda2. This is going to take us a minute because we're actually writing this on real hardware, so I'm going to cut back when this is done. Alright, we're done. Okay. Now what we're going to run here is mkswap/dev/sda1. Just like that. Yeah. So, just to hear me out, if you're on UEFI GPT, the one you're going to want to follow is mkfs/fat/dev/sdx. I don't know what, so yeah, you just do mkfs fat. Don't go over 4 gigabytes because FAT32's limit is 4 gigabytes. Alright, so once you're done with the file system setup, you're going to want to type in mounts/dev/sda2 as mnt, then mounts swap on/dev/sda1. Once that is done, as you can see, your drives are detected as mnt and swap. So now, it's the fun part. Install the base system. So, let's do pacstrap/mnt base developer. You can go off the install guide here, which tells you this is the basic stuff we need. So I'm gonna move this to my second monitor, like so. Linux, I'm going to preferably use Linux Zen. Linux firmware, okay. Then you're gonna want to do, if you're on an Intel CPU, type Intel Ucode. If you're on AMD, type AMD Ucode. I am on Intel. So this is what you need so far. Do some research on what other stuff you may need. If you're doing a dual boot, get these 3 packages. It'll be very helpful. ntfs.3g, -3g, udisks2. What's the other one? DOS FS tools. But I don't have anything on this computer, so I don't need this stuff. I'm going to cut back as soon as I get all my packages. Oh yeah, and one more thing, you could, if you're going to do a dual boot, also grab OS Prober on the way. So I think this is all I need so far. If I need more, I can always install them later, but this is a good enough start of packages for the pack strap. So I'm going to run a time lapse of this pack strap, and once I'm done, I'm going to come back to things. So yeah. Anyways, what we're going to do here, we're going to generate the fstabs. So gen fstab -u/mnt etc fstab. So basically, whatever we had on LSPOK, As you can see, the SDA1 and SDA2 will recognize a swap in MNT. So every time the computer starts up, it's going to read the fstab file and be like, so it's going to say like, hey, please mount SDA1 as swap, SDA2 as MNT. So yeah, that's what it does basically. So as you notice here, there's a bit of a problem going on in the arch installs that because of vconsole.conf not being automatic, it's going to fail. So what you want to do here, so root into MNT after you've done the fstabs. Nice, right? So what you're going to want to do here, you're going to do echo. Actually, you know what? Let's not do it like that. Let's just go into nano. I have nano, right? Yeah. Nano slash etsy slash vconsole.conf. So, this is the one that was failing, like so. You're going to do type in key map equals US. Right, so then you can write that line. And now that we have this done, we can remake the thing with this command. And it will redo the kernel build hooks. As you can see, it's passing because vconsole.conf was needed for this. So as you can see, it is generated successfully. Alright, now that's done, what you're going to want to do now is, let me think. Okay, time zones. Yes, time zones. So you're going to do here, ln dash, actually, let me just go in the middle for you guys. ln dash sf slash user share zone info. So I'm in Toronto region, so I'm going to do America slash Toronto. I have no idea why it's like this, but it is. Slash Etsy local time. So after that, you want to go into time date CTL. Set time zone America slash Toronto. So now if I do time date CTL, there we go. Recognizes my time. So, because I'm not doing a dual boot, I don't need to install, I don't need to do RTC, but if you are, RTC is recommended because then every time you boot into Windows, it won't be like 50 hours ahead of your normal Linux time. Let me drink some water. Alright, drank my water. So the next thing after this, let's set up our locales here. Nano slash etsy slash locale.gen. As you're going to see a whole bunch, scroll down until you find your thing. But yeah, so just keep on scrolling. It's going to take you a minute. Right here, this is mine, E and US, UTF-8. Excuse me, that's a burp out. So you can remove the hashtag here, or pound sign, whatever you call it. Control plus O, enter, Control plus X. Nano slash etsy slash locale.conf, CONF, uppercase, lang, equals, en underscore uppercase US dot uppercase UTF dash 8. Now Control plus O, enter, Control plus X. Now we can set up a host name. So I'm going to do echo arch Linux. Why not just arch? Actually, arch by the way, because I use arch by the way. We always have to include that. The arrow, etsy host name. Alright, after this, we can set up a root password. So passwd. That is our root password. Let's do sudo now. So user add dash, actually on first up, check if you have sudo. You get sudo automatically if you have the base -develop package installed. If you do not, you have to install sudo manually by doing this pacman-s sudo. Okay. Okay. Now you want to do user add -m capital G wheel -s slash bin slash bash username. I'm gonna do lefye. It's gonna make a username. Then you're gonna do password lefye, like so. Then you're gonna type uppercase editor equals nano vsudo. Alright, okay, so I actually messed up. It's supposed to be this one, not this one. Sorry, guys. So remove this one, the hashtag and the space. Control plus O, enter Control plus X. I can check again. Are we okay? I don't know why it's saying an error. Once you run this, it should just work. Yeah. Alright, so once that is done, we have a pseudo, person. Then next thing you want to do is make a bootloader, obviously. So make sure you have grub. If you're on EFI, you're going to want the package called pacman-s EFI boots mgr, but we're not on EFI, so we don't need it. Okay, so go to the Arch guide here. Where is it? Linux stable bootloader. You have a wide variety. We're gonna do grub because it has everything green. So for UEFI, it would be this. For so we're gonna scroll down until we find biosystems. This is the one we're gonna want to follow. So it's grub dash install dash test dash dash targets equals i386 dash pc slash dev slash sda. It's going to install for i386 PC platform. All right, there we go. Whoa. Join the Discord, guys. Grub dash mkconfig dash o slash boot slash grub.cfg. It's going to generate a configuration file for the kernel. So when you click enter on the grub thing, it actually boots into this image and stuff, right? But if you're on EFI and you're on dual boot, you can edit etc default grub. You can change the time if you don't want it to automatically boot after 5 seconds. Change it like 15 or something. Scroll all the way down if you're using a dual boot, right? This is important. Uncomment this, right? So that way OS prober can come in, the grub thingy, and detect, and it'll output where your thing is, your Windows thing is, or whatever you're using, right? So anyways, once you're done that, right, you can just redo the thing. I don't need to. Alright, once we're done, you can just do system ctl enable case sensitive network manager. It's gonna do that. System ctl enable Bluetooth if you got BlueZ, network manager if you got network manager, but I hope you did, right? I'm sorry I didn't mention that before. Okay, so this is gonna be for my network, my Bluetooth. If you didn't get it, once again. So once you're done with that, you can log out and obviously reboot. So, once you reboot, it's gonna ask you to log in and everything, right? So once you're here, right? So what you wanna do here, you're gonna do nmtui, activate a connection, connect. Obviously, it's gonna be blurred because it's showing everyone's network. And you can click. So now, pinging, I am connected to the internet. Okay, so now I'm going to set up SSH. I'm going to come back onto the desktop. Anyways, back on the system, yeah, we're pretty much done. Yeah, Arch is installed. You don't need a USB anymore. Fast fetch. There we go. Yeah, so I don't think there should be anything left. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed and I hope you got your Arch running, and yeah. So with that, oh snap! Oh my gosh, I forgot locale gen. Dude, how did I forget that? So that happened. I forgot my locale gen. So yeah, I'm gonna edit that and put that in. Yeah, so after this, yeah, so see you guys next time. Happy day 500. And I would recommend you guys join the Please join this. And yeah, listen to that dragon. All right. So I've been using this thing for like 2 minutes now. It's pretty good. Yeah, we got the Arch Linux. We got the. You should tap that button right there. We're almost about to reach 2,000. But yeah, it's pretty good. Awesome. Fire. Love it. Sigma. So yeah, the KD is good. You can install anything you want, and so yeah, just want to show that this does work. And that's it. I don't know. Look at that wallpaper. All right, bye.